from mytreadmilltrainer.com. Okay, so I've had a lot of questions over the last little while about how to burn fat doing cardio, and recently, actually not too long ago, I put together a biggest cardio myth revealed video on interval training to burn fat. Had a lot of comments based on that, and a lot of people have objected, saying that long duration, slow boring cardio is better for fat burning, interval training doesn't burn fat, blah 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 blah. The thing to remember, kids, is that whether you're doing slow cardio or interval training, either way you're going to benefit from it. You're going to burn fat. Now if you want to get very nitpicky, then there's a lot of studies that support that interval training is best. There's other studies that support that long boring cardio is best. And it depends. If you have 3 hours to waste during your day and you want to go for a nice slow run or a slow bike ride, then by all means, go for the long cardio. But if you want to save time, have time for other things in your life, do some interval training. 10 to 20 minutes and you're done. And you're going to burn tremendous amounts of fat. Having said that, a lot of people have asked, okay, well, there's so many different interval training protocols, you know, whether you're training for different sports or for, you know, for running events or, you know, whatever it might be, but what's the best interval training protocol to burn fat specifically? And it might not be what you think. I'm going to show you why. A couple of years ago, a study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology did a study where they had two groups, both doing 40 minutes of interval training. They had one group that did interval training on very short intervals. The work group, all they did was 6 seconds of very fast, actually they ran on the treadmill, so they did 6 seconds of fast activity, 9 seconds of recovery. The other group did 24 seconds of work, 36 seconds of recovery. Now in both groups, the work to rest ratio was still the same, it was 2 to 3, right? The difference though was tremendous, and try to guess which group burned the most amount of fat. If you said the first group, you're right. The group that exercised the least, or that had the shortest intervals, burned the most amount of fat. And we're talking about burning fat, calories, not total calories, right? So the difference is that a lot of people say long duration cardio is better because it uses fat as a fuel, and that's true. And what this study is showing is that in this interval protocol of very, very short intervals, you actually use fat as a fuel, not carbohydrates, and here's why. There's this molecule or a substance or a compound in your muscles called myoglobin, and myoglobin stores oxygen in your muscles very, very similarly to how hemoglobin stores oxygen in your blood. And what this study showed was that after about 15 seconds, that myoglobin reserve of oxygen is used up. And that becomes a bit of an issue because when that happens, your body turns into an anaerobic energy, it goes into an anaerobic energy source or energy metabolism, which means that it starts to produce lactic acid. And if you know exercise physiology, when you produce lactic acid, you can't burn fat. Lactic acid actually inhibits fat burning. So what the researchers found in the study was that by minimizing work intervals below 15 seconds, that myoglobin oxygen reserve was never depleted. So what that meant was that there was never any lactic acid produced, which meant that they actually burned more fat. Pretty cool, eh? So what does this mean for you? Well, if you want interval training protocols to burn fat and you don't want to spend all day doing long boring cardio, take 10 to 20 minutes and do short intervals. So for instance, you could do 10 seconds very fast on a bike like I'm sitting right here, or you could go outside running, sprint for 10 seconds and recover for 10 to 20 seconds, right? So it really all depends on your fitness level. If you're fitter, you don't need as much recovery. So you could work for 10 seconds very fast, 10 seconds recover, 10 seconds very fast, 10 seconds recover. If you're somebody who's starting off, you may want to do 5 seconds very fast and give yourself maybe 15 to 20 seconds to recover. Again, you're never exceeding that 15-second mark where you're going to start tapping into anaerobic metabolism, whereby you'll start inhibiting fat burning. So one of the beauties of this is that, again, you don't have to do long boring cardio, you can if you want to, and I would advise that, you know, you mix it up, right? Every now and then you do interval training most of the time, and then throw in your long cardio sessions every now and then to mix things up. But that's the beauty, is all you need is 10 to 20 minutes, and you'll be set. So there we have it. So give that a shot. Now if you want to hop on the bike, on the elliptical, on the treadmill, whatever it is, try those different interval training protocols. If you need help with intervals, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know what the best way to do it is, if you need my guidance, come back to my website, check out mytreadmilltrainer.com for 13 of the best interval training programs you will come across. So that's mytreadmilltrainer.com. And until next time, give these interval training programs a shot, short intervals for maximum fat burning, and you'll see some big time results. This is Yuri elkaim. Keep training hard.